Ask anyone to pick a random number between 1 and 100. A surprising number will say 37. It's a phenomenon that has puzzled mathematicians and psychologists for years. Why this particular number? Why not 23 or 87? The answer, it turns out, lies not in the realm of mathematics but in the quirks of human psychology. We are not wired to think randomly. Our brains crave patterns and meaning, even where none exist. This seemingly insignificant quirk of human behavior has profound implications. It affects everything from our choices in the supermarket to our perceptions of fairness and chance. In this exploration, we delve into the mystery of 37, examining the psychological and cultural factors that make it humanity's favorite random number. Randomness, by definition, is the lack of pattern or predictability. It is a concept that defies the very essence of order and structure. In a world where we constantly seek to understand and categorize, randomness stands as an enigma, a puzzle that resists our attempts to solve it. It is the antithesis of order, the realm of pure chance. In this realm, anything can happen, and nothing is certain. The unpredictability of randomness can be both fascinating and unsettling, as it challenges our need for control and understanding. Yet, our minds struggle to grasp this concept. We are inherently wired to seek patterns and make sense of the world around us. This cognitive bias, known as apophenia, leads us to perceive connections and patterns in random data, even when none exist. We are wired to find order in chaos, to see patterns where none exist. This tendency is deeply rooted in our evolutionary history, where recognizing patterns could mean the difference between life and death. However, in the modern world, this bias can lead us astray, causing us to see meaning in randomness. This inherent bias towards order affects how we perceive and interact with the world. It influences our decisions, our beliefs, and even our emotions. We may find comfort in the illusion of control that patterns provide, but this can also lead to misconceptions and errors in judgment. We see faces in clouds, hear messages in static, and find meaning in coincidence. These are all manifestations of our brain's relentless quest for order. While these perceptions can be harmless, they can also lead to superstitions and false beliefs. When asked to generate random numbers, our brains default to familiar, easily recallable options. This is because true randomness is difficult for us to comprehend and produce. Instead, we rely on numbers that feel random to us, based on our past experiences and cultural influences. We unconsciously gravitate towards numbers that feel more random based on our subjective experiences and cultural biases. These biases shape our perception of randomness, making certain numbers appear more random or significant than others. This is where 37 comes in. It is a number that for many embodies the essence of randomness. It is not inherently special, but it stands out in our minds as a symbol of unpredictability. It's not inherently special, but it captures our imagination. The number 37 is often chosen when people are asked to pick a random number, perhaps because it feels sufficiently random without being too obvious or too obscure. Random. This phenomenon highlights the subjective nature of randomness and how our perceptions are influenced by our cognitive biases. It sits comfortably within the range, not too high, not too low. This balance makes it an appealing choice when we seek to represent randomness. It is neither too common nor too rare, striking a perfect balance that satisfies our need for unpredictability. It's a prime number, adding to its aura of uniqueness. Prime numbers have a special place in mathematics as they cannot be divided by any number other than 1 in themselves. This property adds to the mystique of 37, making it feel even more random and special. In the end, the illusion of randomness is a testament to the complexity of our minds. Our quest to find order in chaos, to make sense of the unpredictable, is a fundamental part of what makes us human. It is a reminder that, even in a world governed by chance, we are always searching for meaning. So, the next time you encounter randomness, remember that it is not just a mathematical concept, but a reflection of our own cognitive processes. Embrace the uncertainty, and appreciate the beauty of the unpredictable. Psychological studies offer insights into why certain numbers, like 37, are perceived as more random. One theory is the availability heuristic. This mental shortcut leads us to favor information that is easily recalled. 37, being a prime number and relatively uncommon in everyday life, stands out. It's memorable. When asked for a random number, it pops into our heads more readily than, say, 42 or 56. Another factor is the human tendency to avoid extremes. When choosing a random number between 1 and 100, most people instinctively avoid the edges. Numbers like 1, 2, 99, or 100 feel too obvious, too deliberate. 37 sits comfortably in the middle, giving the illusion of a random selection. It's the Goldilocks of numbers. Not too big, not too small, but just right. The question then arises, is this preference for 37 a cultural quirk or a universal constant? Does it transcend cultural boundaries, or is it a product of specific societal influences? Interviewee 2. Research suggests that while the specific numbers may vary, the underlying psychological principles hold true across cultures. People from different backgrounds exhibit a similar tendency to favor certain numbers when asked for random selections. This suggests that our preference for certain numbers is not merely a matter of cultural conditioning. It's rooted in the fundamental architecture of our brains, the way we process information and make decisions. The curious case of 37 is not confined to laboratory settings. It pops up in unexpected places, fueling its mystique. Anecdotes abound of people encountering 37 in seemingly random situations. From lottery tickets to street addresses, 37 seems to appear with a frequency that defies chance. Collector. While these anecdotes may be attributed to confirmation bias, our tendency to notice and remember information that confirms our beliefs, they contribute to the enduring fascination with this particular number. Before we get carried away with the mystique of 37, it's important to remember one crucial fact. 37 is not actually special, it's just a number. It has no inherent properties that make it more random than any other number. Math expert. The reason it appears so frequently in our random selections is because imbue it with that meaning. Our brains, hardwired to find patterns and meaning, elevate 37 to the status of a random number archetype. This is a powerful illustration of how our perceptions shape our reality. What we believe influences what we see, even in the realm of chance and randomness. The story of 37 reveals a fundamental truth about human nature. We are not passive observers of the world. We actively construct our reality through the filter of our perceptions and biases. Our brains are constantly seeking patterns, making connections, and finding meaning, even in the most random of events. This is not a flaw, but a feature. It's what allows us to learn, adapt, and make sense of the world around us. However, this tendency can also lead us astray. It can make us see patterns where none exist, and attribute significance to mere coincidence. The next time you're asked to pick a random number, pay attention to your thought process. What number comes to mind first? Why? You might be surprised to find that even in the pursuit of randomness, our choices are influenced by a complex interplay of psychological and cultural factors. True randomness, it seems, is a difficult thing to achieve. The illusion of randomness is a powerful force. It shapes our perceptions, influences our decisions, and colors our experience of the world. The next time you encounter the number 37, take a moment to consider its significance. Not because it's inherently special, but because it reveals something profound about the workings of our minds. Emily. Observe your own choices, question your assumptions, and remember that even in the realm of randomness, our perceptions shape our reality.